Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Hidayah binti Sahak. Today, our group will be presenting case titled Majlis Pembandaraan Ampang Jaya versus Steven Pochenlon and other. This case is reported in 2006 to MLJ 389 and is related to negligence in the construction industry. It is based on the strategic collapse of the Highland Tower condominium. In this presentation, we will we will focus on the issue of duty of care and the liability of local authorities in construction related negligence. For introduction, negligence in construction, the construction industry plays a very important role in national development. However, it also involves high technical complicity and serious safety. Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Hidayah binti Sahak. Today, our group will be presenting case titled Majlis Pembandaraan Ampang Jaya versus Steven Pochenlon and other. This case is reported in 2006 to MLJ 389 and is related to negligence in the construction industry. It is based on the strategic collapse of the Highland Tower condominium. In this presentation, we will we will focus on the issue of duty of care and the liability of local authorities in construction related negligence. For introduction, negligence in construction, the construction industry plays a very important role in national development. However, it also involves high technical complicity and serious safety risks. Any failure in design, construction supervision, or maintenance can result in major accident. Because of this, negligence law exists to ensure all parties act responsibility and are held accountable for public safety. The Highland Tower incident clearly show how poor slope management and weak regulatory oversight and can lead to disastrous consequences.
Hi, good evening. My name is Divinesh. Uh, Now I want to present about the Highland Towers, a tragic collapse. Highland Towers was a residential condominium located in Ulu Klang, Selangor. The development was built very close to a steep hillside. When during the construction, extensive slope cutting and drainage works and retaining structures were carried out. On the 11th December 1993, Block 1 of Highland Towers collapsed suddenly. Because this tragic incident caused the death of 48 residents and resulted in severe property damage. In the investigation later, linked the collapse to poor slope management and heavy rainfall and drainage failure. This is the investigation that get from the incident why the tragic collapse appear in 11th of December 1993. And next is warning signs ignore. Before the collapse, there were several warning signs that indicated serious danger. Continuous heavy rainfall caused excessive water accumulation on the slope, and the drainage system was poorly designed, blocked, and inadequately maintained. As a result, soil pressure increased and weakened the retaining structures also. Furthermore, visible cracks appear on the ground and walls, and trees on the slope were leaning. And after that, and despite repeated complaints made by residents also, uh, these warnings these warning signs were not properly addressed by the authorities. These are the warning signs that are uh, ignored by the authorities. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Haikal. So the next I talk about key player and legal question. In the case, the plaintiff was Steven Pochenlon as resident was directly affected by the collapse. The defendant was Majlis Pembandaraan Ampang Jaya, also known as MPAJ, which as the local authority. MPAJ was responsible for approving and monitoring development activities in the area. The main legal issue was whether MPAJ owned a duty of care the resident. The court also examined whether MPAJ failure to expect as maintain the slope among the negligence and whether the action were policy decision or operational acts. And next, MPAJ defense. MPAJ argued that its role was limited to administrative approval of the development. They claim the inspection and enforcement involved decision and policy decision rather than operation responsibility. MPAJ also state the main responsibility should lie with the development and professional construction as such as engineer. Furthermore, they argue that holding local authorities liable would impose an unfair burden on public bodies and expose them to exercise litigation. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Akmal Fitri, and I will present about court analysis and judgment. The court examined the level of control that MPAJ had over hillside development. Expert evidence showed that the collapse was foreseeable and the risks were clearly identifiable. The court distinguished between policy decision and operational failures. It held that failure to inspect and maintain the slope was an operational act. The federal court ruled that MPAJ owed a duty of care and breached that duty by failing to act reasonably. Statutory authority did not provide immunity for operational negligence that result in loss of life and property. The next one is key principle and duties. This case clearly illustrates the principle of the tort of negligence. These include duty of care, breach of duty, foreseeability of harm, and resulting damage. Local authorities have a responsibility to ensure construction complies with safety standards. They must conduct regular inspection, monitor slope and drainage system, and respond promptly to public complaints. Most importantly, preventive action must be taken when risks are identified to protect public safety. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tan Sutli. I will presenting about ethical and professional implication. From an ethical perspective, public safety must always take a priority over cost or convenience. Ignoring known risk and warning sign is a serious ethical failure that can lead to catastrophic consequence. Engineer must ensure that the design are safe, suitable, and properly monitored. Professional responsibility goes beyond contractor duties and include moral accountability to social. This case highlights the importance of ethical judgment alongside technical competence. Next, for the conclusion of a landmark of this case is, in conclusion, the Highlight Tower case is a landmark decision in Malaysia tort law. It established that local authorities can be held liable for negligence in construction-related matters. The case emphasizes the importance of safety, ethics, accountability, and proactive monitoring. It serves as a strong reminder to engineers, developers, and authorities to prevent similar tragedies in the future. That's all.